All right, hi. Welcome to this abridged version of my reviews where I try to summarize my reviews in 5 minutes or less. Today we're reviewing Tokunbo. It's a thriller drama. It was marketed as an action movie, but it says thriller drama on Netflix, where it's currently streaming, and this is from the stables of Ramsey Nouah Pictures. This movie is written by Todimu, Adegoke, and Thecla, Uzozie, and is directed by Ramsey Nouah. I think this is his third directorial feature. For a synopsis, it says, an ex-car smuggler is given 3 hours to deliver a government official's daughter to her captor, or else his family will suffer the consequences. For the performances, I'm going to say they were just fine. There wasn't very much evidence of directing off the actors. I'm just going to say that. So the actors did the best that they could with a less than great script. What works? The tone of this movie, I quite like it, starting with the language of this movie, which is mostly pidgin, and there are many aspects of this movie that are very Nigeria coded, and I really enjoyed that. Some of the makeup is pretty good, especially the amputee stump. That's quite good. The costume is mostly okay, as are the lighting and the color grading. In general, there's an obvious commitment to the aesthetic of this film. There are also some really good shots that I enjoy, and framing, and also transitions, but I'm not going to make a categorical statement on the cinematography of this movie to say it was good, but just taken apart, like shots, framing, transitions, stuff like that, there's a lot of good here as far as the art direction of this movie. As far as the story, I like how they bring Iya Mulika's trauma, that's her Stockholm syndrome, they bring that full circle. I like that, in telling the story, and the use of irony here, where Tokunbo has to put the life of another child at risk in order to save the life of his own child. Those are two things that are done really good with the story. Now, please remember to like this video too, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. Thank you. I appreciate you guys, and share, especially this short form. By the way, this is the short version, so there's a detailed version of this review pinned below and on my channel. All right, let's get to what does not work. And guys, there's so much. Starting with the exposition in this movie, so much exposition. The soundtrack is pretty good, but the score, I found it to be quite upsetting. There's not very great character development or introduction here, especially for Tokunbo. His characterization as a driver is great, but it's not really used. So it was very good, but not really used in this movie to any effect. I have no sense of the values that the characters hold, so I don't really know when they're doing something that is true to their values or not. There's some scenes in this movie that are just not functional, and some of the dialogue is also pretty pretentious. Majid Michel here as a villain is just quite unbelievable, if a bit cartoonish. The storytelling is pretty disjointed and lacking in emotion and heart. The conflict for Folashade's character makes no sense. Your daughter is in danger, scrap the press conference. Question: what was the point of the trip to Semeboda? Answer: to give Tokunbo something to do. All right, the ending of this movie is very weird. So in conclusion, I'm just going to say that this movie is a drag. There's so many things, but they just don't quite come together to form a coherent and coherent whole. Let's just leave it at that. There's so many issues, the plot and just all around execution is just could have been better, because this is a simple story, but it's just poorly executed. This movie, like I've already said, has all the ingredients, but it lacks the skill to elicit any kind of emotional response from the audience. All right, thank you guys for watching this review. Don't forget to also check out the detailed version of this review, and also to subscribe to my channel, like, comment, share, do all the things. I appreciate you guys, and what do I tell you? You have the right to an incredible viewing experience, so never settle. Thank you.